the bear tonight. So we're starting with our big brush and our kind of golden yellow color. And we're going to start at the bottom and work our way up. So I like to double dip a little bit of that, or quite a bit of that yellow to saturate your brush, and then just a touch of white. You're going to work from the bottom going up. And I just flip my wrist. You want some texture in your coat. So start filling in from the bottom. You can go right along those lines where the bear is. I go across the lines, that way when our fur comes out in the sketching, you don't have any white space between the bear and our background. You keep the outside in the sunset, catching a little snowflake. Just flip your wrist and do strokes in all different directions, going up from the bottom. So add the white in about the first 6 inches or so, and then we'll start with just the yellow. Just so it deepens the color just a little bit as we go up. We're kind of doing a gradient sky, so it's a little lighter at the bottom, and it's going to get a little darker and then get real vibrant. So that's the goal. So as you get 4 or 5 inches up, just do your yellow instead of the double dip of gold and white. Facebook, if you're seeing this for the first time and think, oh my goodness, I'd love to paint this, we still have to go get available, so you can paint along at home. We'll save this video on here, trying to make sure it's visible. There we go. It comes with instructions, it comes with an outlined canvas, brushes, and paints to paint at home too. So if you ever miss a class or see one you can't come to, that's an option as well. Once you get up to the bear's nose, you go a little bit on this right side that's going to be that gold color too. So just around his ear. And if anything, I go over my lines where the bear is because our block there is going to cover up the color. So when you get up to about the nose, that's when you're going to start double dipping your yellow and your red. So double dip that yellow and the red. You're going to have to, it's going to be like a ketchup mustard blend. And you're just going to, you might have to brush over that a little bit more for it to blend as you brush it on the canvas. And then after you do the ketchup mustard blend, you can just do a little bit of ketchup. So you're getting to just a little bit of red towards the tip of his nose. Just keep pouncing. If it looks too streaky, kind of keep stamping your brush on, pouncing it on, and blend those colors together. And while you're getting your yellow and your red blended, I'm going to come around and start bringing your blue. And anything that touches the edge of the canvas, like this background, you can kind of wrap around too. So if you want that color to wrap all the way around, give it a nice wrapped look, you can do that. Coming around with blue.
Red, right? That's just another one. So she did hers.
So you're going from gold and white to just gold, to gold and red, just red, gold and red, sorry. The gold and red. Here's a, by the way, it looks pretty, it's probably a little more pinky sunset. And then we'll start to do some red blue. To get that kind of purpley, and then go to blue line for the top. So that's what we're looking at.
Blue. Put a lot of red over here, baby.
So gold and white to just gold, to gold and red, to just red. That's kind of our transition thus far. Y'all are probably going to need a little fresh water. Alright, so now we've gotten our gold to red blend, so you're going to start doing your red into blue blend. I forgot to give myself. Except, I think instead of double dipping those, I want to start, we still have gold in our brush. I don't want that to get too murky, so when you get up to your red, so when you get to about to the bears, tip of the nose, and you've gotten into your plain red, go ahead and rinse your brush. And we're going to start with the blue white at the top and meet the blue red. That way it'll go from blue to purple instead of whatever color that yellow, red, and blue all mixed together. Probably brownish maybe. Not sure. Alright, so when you get your gold to white to gold and red to red done, rinse your brush out. And then we're going to start, instead of keep going, we're going to start at the top and meet where we left off. So you're going to get some white and mix it to your blue. So it's a little bit more of a sky blue. You don't need probably all the blue, just mix part of your white into part of your blue. I'll probably give you more than you need. So start with the sky blue at the top. Get that top edge of your canvas if you'd like. Make sure it's nice and wrapped all the way around. You need to stand up or lean it forward to get that part you can. Once you get that top edge, start bringing that blue-white mix down to meet your red. There is going to be a snowflake in that top left corner. Add a little bit of water to your brush when you go over that, and you should be able to see it through. So water down your brush right before you paint that part, that way we don't cover up our snowflake. Or if you're like, I got this, I can paint a snowflake later. If you want to cover it up, you can. If you want that outline on there, add a little water to your brush for that section, just so you don't lose that snowflake into your sky. A little bit of your water in your brush for the blue can help just smooth it out. You want to make sure you can't see in the little white squares of your canvas. So make sure you get plenty of paint on there, or add a little water to your brush to smooth out your layers.
Where does the tidbit behind? You said to mix white with the blue, right?
Yeah, you're fine. So now you rinsed your brush out, so you're going to start from the top with white and blue.
Okay.
And you can kind of double dip or mix a little bit to make it a little bit lighter. And start at the bottom and knead it to the, yeah, so just the white and blue, just to lighten that blue so it's not quite so stark. And a little bit of water too can,
Like a teal.
yeah, help it go on a little smoother.
Is that good? Yeah. I think that's a good blue. Hang on just a second. I'm gonna add a little bit of milk.
You can take the blue all the way down to meet your red, and then we'll do a little double dipping to get that purple color. So take the blue down all the way to meet your red. So if you finished your gold and white, and you went to your plain gold, and then about the bottom of the nose went to gold and red, gold and red.
Cover up this one first, and then
And then you went
Is that okay?
up to the tip of the nose with just red. And you rinse your brush out, mix some white and blue together, and start from the top down, filling in until you meet your red. So you want the blue to go all the way up and touch the red. A little water in your brush can help that blue go on nice and smooth. And a little water on your brush right as you paint the snowflake will help not lose that outline on there. Remember to get the top of your canvas with the blue and those little edges if you want, just for a nice finished look.
I'm just gonna outline the bear thing.
Forgot my yellow side over here. I haven't blended them yet. I was just waiting till get everybody called up. Then we'll do a little blended for that purple. So we'll be, but you can take the blue all the way to the red for now. That way there's no space in between, and then we'll do that blending. But you never know. Sounds good. I'll see you Saturday.
You can go back and get your other one if you want She was right. All the colors.
Forgot about it.
The red, the green, the yellow, the blue, all mixes together. Alright? We'll go back and do our spots that we
Alright, once we get that blue filled in and have met our red, you don't need to rinse your brush out. I did, but you don't need to because you're going to be using blue. So you're going to double dip some blue and red on your brush and then add a little white or double dip the blue that you mixed with white already. And it's going to make kind of a plum color. And you're going to brush that on real loosely where those colors meet. So it can kind of mix as you brush it on, or you can mix it on your palette, whatever you're comfortable with. You want a little purple where the red and the blue meet. And you can take that on across the tip of the bear's nose all the way to meet, kind of connect your right and left side of your bear. So it's real subtle, you don't need too much. You want the blue to show through a little bit. And a little bit of purple brings those two together. Just real light brush strokes. Help blend those two where they meet. Blue and white mix and red to make a little bit of a purple color.
Hey, darling, do you care to get some more black? Ours has yellow.
Okay.
You can just put it right there.
And you'll need some clean white too later.
That's good.
Save that for later.
Sure.
You said that? Okay. I was like, where did that come from? Some here and then all of these over there later. I'll just bring it. So everybody's going to need some more light at some point, so I'll bring it out. Kind of loosely across the top of the stairs. Connect those sides and just bring them.
I think I need to make it darker. Yeah. Get a little more on your brush. Yeah, it does. It sucks it up. Oh no. Okay, so now that's red, blue. And so your blue white mix, you already did. Now touch the red, you make color. Just mix it where the two meet, where the red and the blue meet. And you'll take it all the way across the top of the bear, so it goes all the way across. And when you brush it on, just brush it on real light so the blue shows through a little bit, especially like across the nose and there. You just want it to be a subtle glow from above this little head. I think it's Christmas tree stuff. Not yet. You're not. Yes, well, I hope so. Yes, for the background. We don't usually sing some songs for the little covers. First, a couple of
We got a little bit of a
Oh my god. Now it's gray. Mixed with purple, it makes it gray. I'm not really colors for this stuff. I'm just going to put this a little bit more blue.
I didn't say you got to use it. I didn't say anything wrong. Look at that. Some things just don't see. You want to use the purple and red. So, get back into your red if you want. We can hit that line so it looks a little more cohesive.
Maybe, but mommy still has to
So, yeah, if you want to do that with blue, well, yeah, maybe just with the red, kind of like the red, make it a little more
do you think, buddy? Oh, sorry,
Good.
one
Oh, no, you're fine. No, you're fine. That's what it's for. I'm always just guessing when I squirt. And so take a second, check out your sky. If there's areas where, I want to blend a little bit deeper red here below my purple, or check your edges if you want to paint those, make sure they're all colored. But we want to get our sky looking good before we move on. So check those transitions. If you want to go back through and where the yellow meets the red, you want to add a little bit more to get that orange in between, or where the red meets the purple. So kind of put your final touches on the sky, get it where you want it, and then I'm going to come around and change your water jars. So rinse out any brushes that you've dirtied. I've always told you to dirty the big one, but go ahead and rinse them all out, and I'll come switch those around, okay? Switch those out.
Can you rinse this one for me?